My name is Adriana Lombardo, and when I was 17 years old, I was diagnosed with leukemia. I'm now 4 years in remission, and this is my mom.
Tell me about your favorite memory of us together.
I know it sounds weird, but it's our Mondays.
Chemo Mondays.
Our chemo days.
Our chemo days.
Definitely those like 8-hour days together, eating all that food to pass the time. Yeah.
How do you think I've changed since being diagnosed with cancer?
The strength that you had, the courage, the way you matured. There's just no words to describe it. You literally took all our breath away. You grew up faster than your friends. You were given a diagnosis that came out of left field, but the way you handled it from that moment, your maturity, there's just no words to describe how proud I am of you.
How did you stay strong when I was struggling?
Oh, lots of crying behind closed doors at the beginning. But then I had to look at myself, and I looked at you, the amount of strength and courage you had, and I couldn't be selfish and think about me. So I looked and dug deep, and I reached out to people, but I think the biggest thing for me would be my faith, and the faith in God, and the faith in the doctors. How do you think our relationship has changed since the diagnosis?
I can definitely say we're closer. I mean, we were always close, but I think literally being together day in and day out, sleeping on the couches here together every Monday, and then just every day of you being there for me, and then picking up our walks again. I think I can honestly say you're my best friend.
What pain do you wish you could take away from me?
Starting from the diagnosis, having to hear those words that you had leukemia, if I could have taken that from you from that day, if I could have taken the pain of you having to have the Hickman line inserted, if I could have taken the chemo, if I could have had the lumbar punctures given to me instead of you, if I could have been the one to have to hear that I needed a hip replacement, not you, I would have done it in a heartbeat. And I think that was one of the hardest things during these 2+ years, was that all of this was out of my control. I couldn't take any of this from you. I just had to sit back, be strong, be your rock as much as I could. But I couldn't take any of it from you.
For me, I would have to say, watching you as a mom, not only my mom, but a mom, watching their kid go through cancer. If God forbid that ever happened, I would never be as strong as you, or half the woman that you were watching me go through that.
You just go into strength mode. You just move forward.
It was literally fight or flight.
Exactly.
And we chose to fight.
And we will continue to fight. Doesn't stop now. Okay. Can you tell me about a moment when you were scared and didn't tell me?
When I first came home from the hospital, the first night that I spent alone in my own room, after I guess a month and a half of not being home, I didn't sleep at all that night. I can tell you I cried for 11 hours that whole night, and I watched the sunrise, just crying because I didn't know what the future held. I couldn't predict a hip replacement. I couldn't predict a false relapse. I couldn't predict every week of going to treatment and how I would react to it. So I knew that I just had to let it out though then and there, because it was 2 years that was about to start. So I just needed to accept what it was and then move forward and really begin the fight. Worry about my cancer coming back.
During treatment, when you would go in for your clinical visits, I remember sitting there waiting, not breathing, wanting to hear the doctor say, it's okay, she can move on to the next cycle. And when you finished your treatment, it was like a weight almost had been lifted off my shoulders, but not completely. And there was always that little bit of fear. And then when the relapse, there was a scare of the relapse, that was a nightmare. There's not enough words to describe that fear, because I thought I had put it in the back of my head.
We were put in the position to learn to live today for today and tomorrow for tomorrow, because tomorrow wasn't guaranteed. And as sad as it is, what we've been through, we're in a much better mindset, I mean, compared to the average person.
You learn to appreciate life. I don't think you take it for granted. What do you love about me the most? Oh, this should be interesting.
I know I joke about it, but it's your patience.
What?
I joke that you don't have a lot of patience, but hell, you do. I mean, like, with the bad days that I would have, the fact that you were able to stay there and not yell at me or get frustrated, I mean, as much as maybe you wanted to, but it was a matter of you keeping your cool and your calm. But it's both of us. We've both learned to just be more patient, but going through what I did, the strength that you had and to contain that patience, I admire that. I really admire that.
Throughout your life, is there anything you learned from me?
Watching you be a stay-at-home mom, a single child, I can say that I got my strength from you. To be honest with you, I've never had the appreciation for you as I did now, watching you when I was growing up, because I wasn't able to see it or experience all the work that you do to provide for our family and literally being the rock of our family, taking care of Nonna, taking care of us, remembering to sometimes take care of Daddy or even you. But just the strength that I learned from you of how to just persevere, of course have your moments, but you are the rock of this family, and my desire is to one day be half the woman you are.
Really know how to take my breath away. I have no words.
Love you.
Tell me more.